So coming out of the theater, I thought I was so glad this movie was good because I don't think I could have brought myself to give this movie a bad review. It would have hurt me right here. And with that, I'm welcome to another episode of The Romancer. My goal, as always, is to enhance the movie watching experience. So A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is one, of course, a story partly about the life of one Mr. Fred Rogers, of course, who I'm a big fan of. You know, I grew up watching his show way back in the day, and I love the documentary last year, Won't You Be My Neighbor. It was really well done. One of my favorite movies last year. Really gave us a good peek about who Fred Rogers is and what he was about. So I was really excited to see what this will bring to the table. And I gotta say, I walked out of there super pleased and happy about what they were to execute here. There's a very sweet and emotional, very nice story, and I think it's one of my favorite movies this year, or probably get some attention in award season, and it should. And I think it's one that you guys should definitely watch. Now, although this movie does feature a lot of Mr. Rogers, of course, this is not really a biopic about him. It just takes a look at a particular part in his life, mainly seen through the eyes of this reporter played by Matthew Rhys. Now, who's great in the movie. He does such a great job, particularly going up against the likes of someone like Tom Hanks' caliber. And he plays a reporter who is kind of a cynic, has emotional baggage, and using that term loosely. And he has got issues with his father in particular. His mom died as a young child. So he's got a lot going on here. And he's a good reporter, but he's more of a hard-nosed reporter. But one day his boss gives him to do a fluff piece on Mr. Rogers. He works for Esquire magazine, and he wants him to do kind of a piece on, they're doing a piece on heroes in America, and he was assigned, of course, Fred Rogers, and he doesn't want it because he does not want that really does fluff pieces. He's more of an investigative journalist, if you will. And what's interesting here, this is actually based on a true story about the real reporter and his relationship with Fred Rogers that he developed as he's interviewing him for this piece. Now, he is, again, I get a bit of a cynic. He's not really drinking the Mr. Rogers Kool-Aid. He sees him more just some guy does a TV show with puppets. He doesn't really believe that he is actually a genuine person as he appears on TV. He's playing some sort of character, and there's something else there behind it. He can't be as kind as he appears on the surface. And of course, he learns that, Mr. Rogers is as advertised, and the impact that he has on his life is very profound, and this is what the movie deals with. So you're seeing it through the eyes of the reporter, and which is great. And I thought he did a really good job here, and particularly the director, Marielle Heller. She's fairly new, and I thought she brought a very interesting aesthetic to the film, making it feel almost like a Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood kind of episode sometimes. And there was just little great things in these transitions when she edits from one location to another. And I don't want to spoil it, but I thought it was really cool, really fascinating what she did with that. And I thought, I don't want to spoil it. When you guys see it, you guys know what I'm talking about. But she did a great job of capturing a story here and not, getting overly sappy, manipulating your emotions, because it could be easy to do that when a movie like this. But she let things happen organically, and the emotional moments are earned here. And that's a good thing here, because they could easily sway to one side where it's a little bit too much, and she doesn't do that here. And I think she really portrays, the essence of what Mr. Rogers is here. This is a man whose legacy is about, his kindness and love and understanding, of which, you don't see, particularly with those in the entertainment business, particularly nowadays. And it's nice to see that she treated this with the respect that it deserved. Now, of course, not to be done by any of this, of course, is Tom Hanks, who's fantastic. He's obviously one of our best generation's actors, and this is just another one in another notch in the belt, if you will. And he's great. I love the casting; it's perfectly casted. And what I like here, he's not doing an impression of Fred Rogers. He's doing his interpretation of who he is, but still capturing the essence of what made Fred Rogers who he was. And you can see the sincerity, the honesty in his performance, that sweetness there. And you kind of just mesmerized by it at times. You always forget sometimes that you're watching Tom Hanks, and he does such a good job here. And I think he's probably going to get some recognition in the supporting actor category, and I think he should. And he's great. And it's good to see that everything really came together. Well, the story is great, good directing. Matthew Rhys and Tom Hanks are really great together, great chemistry together. Nice stories. I'm gonna give it the warms and fuzzies. There's gonna be a few tears. I heard a lot of sniffles in the theater, even by myself, because you just can't help get caught up in the emotion of it all. And being such a fan of Fred Rogers, it's good to see a movie that, again, treated his legacy the way it should be, about a man who, quite simply was trying to teach kids in the world, like kids of all ages, including adults, how to treat each other, and about kindness and love and understanding. And he was just trying to be a good man, the best that he could. And he was as sincere about it as he possibly can. And he was, just trying to be a good neighbor, if you will. So, it's A Beautiful Day Neighborhood. Are you guys gonna watch it? You should. Comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below, and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.